People is pleased to present 40 Days 40 FinTechs, an initiative under its Include Everyone program, as it continues to lead the way in advocacy for the creation and dissemination of technology that enables financial inclusivity. The 40 Days 40 FinTechs is shining a spotlight on those that are breaking down digital barriers and bringing millions more on the continent into the transactional space and transforming their lives for the better.
My name is Orech Denis. I am a co-founder of Medmoo. Medmoo is a FinTech microfinance that is based in Lira. What Medmoo does is we give fuel loans to Boda Boda riders, professional Boda Boda riders on credit at a rate of 10% for a duration of 24 hours. Now, the name Medmoo loosely translates in Luo as refill or add fuel or Yongeramu amafuta. That is basically the meaning of Medmoo, loosely translating into Luo. Medmoo came as a result of the lockdown of 2020. I happened to just have moved into Lira freshly at the beginning of that year, and I so happened to join a group of very innovative people from Lira University, and by then we're trying to look for a solution to the second lockdown that had been instated by the government. So I joined this team of people that started to run an e-commerce platform called Yummy Shoppers. Now, as I joined Yummy Shoppers, the team was quite small, totally composed of 2 people. And what we're basically doing, we're bootstrapping, which means we're working with everything that we had on ourselves with a little bit of limited cash. And this being northern Uganda, business really didn't pick on quite well. And I was in charge of product development and logistics. So eventually I found out that one of the things that really struck us the most was the fact that we always found it very hard to have as much money as possible so that we may be able to buy the products from our suppliers, at the same time also deliver to our clients, and also be able to have enough fuel in our motorbikes so that we can do a delivery. Now, the bike that we happened to be using was it consumed a lot, was Yamaha, and we found that most of the times we really did not have money to fuel this bike, and so one of these shops in the neighborhood was being run by a very nice old lady, whom we happened to get some money on credit here and there from her, and were able to really make big purchases and make deliveries. For example, there's a time whereby someone ordered for a TV. We didn't have enough money, however we were able to buy, but then transportation would have been done on a Boda Boda. I know to ensure safety, so we had to hire a mini vehicle. It was a 43-inch, and then the fuel bit was also a problem, as it had been with the motorbike. So we found out that this lady had actually been helping some of the Boda Boda riders at that stage. She used to give them money to go and fuel. However, she wasn't really charging them any amount of money whatsoever. So the riders would go, refuel, and then come back later in the evening and pay. And so I and my partner were happened to be running a fueling station in Amolata. Amolata is a neighboring district of Lira, but sort of in the outskirts. We linked up sometime, I think around August, and we sat down, and I expressed to him this idea that that had popped up in my mind, and we sat down and we did a little bit of throwing back and forth, and we finally came out with a business model that we believed would work for us. So as of the 1st of January this year, we're able to launch Medmoo. Our business basically works in a way whereby, first what we have to do is we onboard the clients. Now, the clients we're talking about are strictly Boda Boda riders, those who make money out of riding Boda Bodas. Yes. So what we do is we go to the Boda Boda riders, we explain to them what we do, we introduce ourselves on Medmoo, we explain to the riders what we do. We approach them stage by stage. And then approaching them, we ask those who are interested in registering for our service, and upon registration we only require the Boda Boda rider's name, we require the number plate of the bike that he uses, then his phone number, and then also an IN number. And then the form is given unto them, the interested parties, they fill in. We also note down the stage location, and then at the end of the sheet onto which they register, their chairman or whoever is in the leadership of the stage happens to co-sign on it, and in a way he acts as a guarantor to help us enforce in case things like delinquency comes up from the part of our clients. So basically that's how now we onboard the clients, and then upon registration the thing is done in real time. So upon registering a new client can actually go to our partner stations our partner stations from which we already have money deposited with them. So all we have to do is have a lady, an employee of Medmoo, that basically hands down fuel vouchers to our clients whenever they approach them at the desk. What the client has to do is they go over there, they give in their number plate, and then our employee at the desk enters the number plate and checks it in the system. It pops up in the system. It's going to show the details, all the details that were captured of the client. At the same time, it will also show the outstanding balance, whether it's existed or none. If there's no outstanding balance, the client is given a fuel voucher and sent over to one of the pumps that has been designated for Medmoo, and then the client is given fuel. Then the following day, after a period of 24 hours, they come back and then repay with money and also take fuel if they want or not. And we also give fuel ranging from the amount of 10,000 or 5,000 to 20,000. That is for new clients. And then the amount keeps on increasing depending on first of all the credit score of the customer, how frequent they've been getting fuel from us, at the same time how frequent, like the frequency of that payment, whether they've been paying in time and all that. Our algorithm has been written in such a way that such clients are actually identified so automatically. Medmoo has integrated technology in such a way whereby we're using USSD code for a certain select group of clients, of which they can punch in, and they're able to present, the code at the station, and they have access to fuel. At the same time, we also have mobile Momo Pay, whereby our clients, if the day has called them somewhere really far, they don't really have to drive back to the station where we are in order to make the payments. So yes, we've also integrated that as well in our system. As of the beginning of the year, since we started operations, Medmoo has been able to register 878 Boda Boda riders, and those are our clients. And out of the Boda Boda riders that have been registered, 573 so far have been able to access our service. We have given out fuel to a tune of 77,354,000 shillings. As of the beginning of the year, we're able to give out daily fuel loans of over 700,000. But ever since the fuel crisis kicked in, our numbers have really dropped low to as low as 300,000, at times 250,000 a day. So essentially, as of now, I'm looking at to have been able to have given out fuel of about 130 million by the end of the year. That is conservatively speaking. One of the biggest challenges of startups in northern Uganda, one is as other startups, is startup capital, because the ideas are not really scarce; they're actually there. Two, there's a low level of uptake of technology, of things that are quite new in northern Uganda. So it quite takes a lot of time, and for anything to be adopted really well in northern Uganda, it needs to have been gotten a stamp approval from Kampala or something that's already working in Kampala. So there's a problem of mindset, especially with something that is homegrown. People don't really see it as something that is really worth checking out or adopting and embracing. The solutions to the problems that I stated, some of which I didn't. One, we actually need a very active tech space. I'm talking about incubators in northern Uganda, because for sure the skill is there, the people are there, and of late, ever since the war died down a long time ago, there's been a lot of development, so network connectivity is also available. Two, we also need to have access to funds. Not only funds, but I'm talking about we should through the incubators, I think we shall be able to dispel information to the people, because there are a lot of other competitions that actually happen out there, and since the major tech space in Uganda is located in Kampala, so we in northern Uganda actually happen to miss out a lot. So those are the two things I will do really appreciate if an incubation hub is actually set up in northern Uganda, and also maybe actually have access to capital whenever it's needed. 40 Days, 40 FinTechs initiative has been very, in my opinion, is a very good initiative. In that, following ever since its inception, season 3 of this year, not only have I been able to get exposure to other people who are in the tech space, with whom I can easily share, solutions to the problems that we're facing this side, and we can easily exchange knowledge, ideas. At the same time, also joining this network of 40 days, 40 FinTechs, I believe is going to give Medmoo exposure. It's going to give us a chance, because I believe the 40 days, 40 FinTechs initiative has kind of put me on the same level playing as other people in the tech space that are in Kampala. And I really do appreciate the 40 days, 40 FinTechs initiative for coming this side of northern Uganda, so that we may be able to, at least, we may be able to showcase to the world what we're able to, and also show other people, the opportunities that are available in northern Uganda, other than the narrative that has been given outside there. And we really, really appreciate if the next season we can have something that is dedicated for every region. For example, 1 week is dedicated to tour the major cities in each and every region, and maybe possibly have one grand one, I believe. Is going to be very, very instrumental, and at the end of the day, it's going to be able to boost the FinTech space of East Africa and make us really competitive as Uganda as a country. Medmoo is a word that loosely translates into English to mean refill or add fuel. If you want to know more about us, you can go to www.medmoo.ug. Medmoo is MEDMOO. MEDMOO.
40 Days 40 FinTechs is presented in proud partnership with Cross-Leg Technologies, Modus Box, Modular Foundation, and Level 1 Projects.